first two games of the best-of-7 final set for Detroit. The Detroit Red Wings, who had trailed Montreal through all but 7 days of the regular schedule, had won their 7th straight league title in the season's final game. Montreal, the league's oldest club and biggest drawing card, are in the dark sweaters. Montreal's Doug Harvey, number 2, hurries back for the puck. Red Kelly's hard backhander is blocked on the shoulder by Jacques Plante. Floyd Curry engineers an end-to-end scoring play. A drop pass to Callum McKay, ahead to Ken Mosdell, into the goal mouth to Curry, who scores his second goal. Montreal leads Detroit 2-1. Just in case you believe the myth that modern high-speed hockey is not conducive to beautiful passing plays, here's the goal by Curry in slow motion. It just made the corner of the net, but the Red Wings rally in sensational fashion to score 3 goals in the last 7 minutes of the game. Fiery Dickie Moore goes end-to-end in a dazzling rush, and Sawchuk is at his best on Moore's backhander. Leclerc's drop pass to McKay, and a long backhander through a maze of players somehow finds Sawchuk coming up with the puck. Gordie Howe, number 9, slashes at McKay and draws a penalty, but this time the penalty backfires in the Red Wings' favor. Terry Sawchuk fights off the frantic Montrealers with 3 sparkling saves. With the pressure on, Marty Pavelich breaks away from the Canadian power play, goes right in on top of Plante before scoring what turns out to be the game's winning goal. Marcel Pronovost, a tremendous rushing defenseman, goes all the way using Pavelich as a decoy, swings around Joffrion for Detroit's opening goal. Before the Olympia's cheering crowd, the Red Wings pour it on. Pavelich rushing, a pass to Deneen. Charlie Hodge makes a fine save and then blocks the rebound. In the second period, Howe's rebound off the boards is fired back into the net by Ted Lindsay, who scored 3 straight goals in the second period to give the Wings an overwhelming 7-0 lead. In slow motion, Gordie Howe, NHL scoring champion through 4 consecutive seasons, shoots the puck off the boards. Lindsay's shot slips through Plante's pad. This scoring drive by Ken Mosdell is the game's answer to the theory that modern hockey does not produce the blazing individual end-to-end scoring plays. Detroit wins 7-1 for a 2-0 lead in games. And a 10-minute misconduct by referee Bill Chadwick. While Howe is off, Joffrion scores 2 goals in 12 seconds. Here's the first. Doug Harvey starts a scoring play in which 4 players handle the puck. Bert Olmsted finds Beliveau in the clear, and a perfect pass enables Joffrion to slip the puck between Terry Sawchuk's feet. Right after the face-off, Doug Harvey engineers his second scoring play. Joffrion takes his pass. Sawchuk saves from Olmsted in sensational fashion, but Joffrion recovers the loose puck to score his second goal in only 12 seconds. Bob Goldham leads a Detroit rush. A pass to right wing. The return pass with Plante out of the net, but Goldham is over-anxious and misses a great chance. Dickie Moore back with Joffrion, who is knocked down by Pronovost, and when Joffrion sails into Pavelich along the boards, he takes a minor penalty. Red Wings strike quickly to put themselves back in the game. It's Floyd Curry again for Montreal. Defenseman Red-Eye Hay blocks his shot. Dutch Reibel on the loose puck. Attacking with Hay for the Red Wings. Reibel sets up Hay for another long shot that beats Foley Plante.
In the East, that old Boston-New York rivalry boiled over in a rough quarterfinal series. As usual, Bobby Orr was superb, dominating the Rangers with his speed, uncanny puck control, and his knack of anticipating plays before they happen. The Bruins won the series in 6 games. Orr displayed the form which won him NHL trophies as the leading scorer, most valuable player, and best defenseman. And when Chicago tried to triple-team him, he had the answer. Now everything was set for the Stanley Cup Final between St. Louis and Boston. It's a great first period with good scoring chances and big saves at both ends. Jacques Plante was playing sensationally in the Blues' goal, calling upon all his skills and experience. But suddenly, he went down, the victim of a devastating shot on the face mask. In super slow motion, we see exactly what happened. Fred Stanfield's blistering low slap shot is tipped up by Esposito. Plante was knocked unconscious and out of the series. The impact was felt by the entire St. Louis team and its fans.
Come on, guys. Right over. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
The Blues could not solve Cheevers, who thwarted their best efforts repeatedly. However, Cheevers wasn't the only Bruin to come up with a big game. Busick cashed in Rick Smith's rebound for his third goal, making it 4-1. The Bruins added 2 more goals to make the final score 6-1. A record crowd of 17,506 exuberant Blues fans jammed the St. Louis arena for the second game. From the start, the Blues show they mean business. However, the Bruins weren't about to let up, and Stanfield shot them into a 1-0 lead. Wakely again is in goal for the Blues. Bruins added to their lead on this next play as Rick Smith draws the Blues defenders out of position before setting up Ed Westfall all alone on Wakely. The Blues continued to press, led by number 7, Red Berenson, but Cheevers stood his ground. Towards the end of the period, Orr sets up Westfall, and the big number 18 scores his second goal of the period to give Boston a commanding 3-0 lead. In the second period, Stanfield feeds McKenzie a breakaway pass, but Wakely makes a big skate save. Larry Keenan is foiled by Orr and Cheevers in this bid to get St. Louis on the scoreboard. Now, the master playmaker, Esposito, sets up Boston's 4th goal, waiting for the exact instant to give Derek Sanderson a perfectly timed pass, and Sanderson tips it in.
There was nobody as physical in National Hockey League as Gordie Howe.
People either admired or disliked Gordie Howe. If Gordie Howe was going in to play the Boston Bruins, they didn't like him, but he brought people to the building.
They came to see the villain because Gordie was looked upon as the villain in a lot of towns, Montreal, Toronto. And Gordie was the man that could inflict the punishment.
Somebody got me a dirty check, and then we played back-to-back games. I'd drive to the rink thinking of his habits, what his habits were, and where would be the best place to get them. and I'd get him.
Gordie Howe, number 9, flashes at McKay and draws a penalty.
Dad's mindset on the ice is different than most anybody else I've ever met. He can be cruel. I've seen him be vicious on the ice. I've seen him hurt people. I used to think, wow, I mean, it's like he meant to do it.
He was already the best player in the league, and he was still hurting people. There would be like one time during the game where he'd do something that would just be disgusting.
He banged me in the mouth, right here. And I knew it was open. I eventually got 6 stitches. And I turned to him and I looked at him, I went, "Why, you old son of a so-and-so." And I whacked my stick at him. And I leaned over and I says, "And you used to be my so-and-so idol."
My first game was against Detroit. I made a pass, and I'm watching my pretty pass, and I turn, all of a sudden, I'm on the ice. Gordie came across, and he gave me a heck of a shot.
I'm parked right in front, and Mr. Howe happened to be coming to me. Broke my nose. My nose was straight. It went from left to right, about to the cheekbone. And he said to me, he says, "Kid," he says, "in this league, you got to keep your head up."
He was going down the ice, and I lifted up his stick, and I took the puck. I'm skating along, and all of a sudden, I feel this shoo, like this. And I turned around, and he said, "Don't ever embarrass me on the ice." And I had a cracked thumb, and I said, "Never again."
He was being heckled by somebody in the front row, and as the play went down at the other end, Howe reached over with the butt end of his stick and hit the guy in the face and skated away back into the play. And Gordie was there very innocently, and the fan was up shrieking, and his face was full of blood.
Playing with his skates, stick, and fists, Howe endured for 32 seasons over 5 decades, compiling the second highest point total in NHL history. Of countless battles on the ice, perhaps his most celebrated was waged at Madison Square Garden in February of 1959.
I went to Eddie Shack before the game, and I said, "If he starts giving you a rough time, I'm going to be right there tonight. Now, count on me."
Lou Fontanato was the toughest defenseman in the league at the time. He skated into the melee and jumped Howe. Howe was involved already with Shaq. I was like, Fontanato, push Shaq aside. I'm going to take care of this guy.
All of a sudden, I turn around, and there's Louis got the gloves off, Gordie's got the gloves off, and away they went.
All Gordie was doing is boom, boom, right there, pushing there, and hitting like that.
And then he changed hands and hit him with the other hand. And all you could see was Louis' face going back every punch.
It wasn't a matter of breaking it up, it was a matter of holding him up. Howe was so tired from throwing punches, and Louis was so tired from getting hit. And blood was all over my shirt.
Life magazine got a picture of it. Lou's nose was on his left cheek, gashed here from uppercuts. Gordie said the next day, "You know, my knuckle hurts. I wonder what happened last night."
The fight proved, beyond a shadow of a doubt, don't mess with Gordie Howe.